Hello, my name is Rin, and welcome to Something Different. So, I wanted to make a video showing my world, my forever world. This is my world spawn. It's supposed to be like a giant quarry. Um, yeah, and over here I have some world maps of different areas I've built. This is the city zone. You can see here. We'll visit some of these locations. I don't want this video to be too long, but I thought it would be cool to show some of the stuff I built in my world and hopefully inspire anyone who's watching. But yeah, this is my zoo, and I've actually built in the area after placing the maps. So there's some places here that aren't on the map. This is the classic zone. I don't really build here anymore, and it's more for experimental builds, really. But yeah, I'll show some of these as we get to them. So, yeah, I don't really play multiplayer on my world. For the most part, I only play single player. And if I do have anyone join my world at some point, they'll spawn here, and I have some signs directing them. So I have these starter kits with some basic armor and supplies. They're all the same. It's not netherite though, because it gives them something to work towards, right? Alright, so again, to get to the rest of my world, I haven't really built around spawn. Okay, I'm gonna break the illusion. It's just a giant hole. But there is a house, and this house was here before I built the quarry spawn area. Later added these chickens, but I didn't want to get rid of it, so I left it here. And yeah, you'll notice how part of the spawn area is actually in a snow biome, and that was actually it was challenging because it snows and I didn't want it to snow. So if I fly up here just a little bit, you'll notice I have this giant, I don't even know what to call it, a shield in the sky to block the snow. Snow actually doesn't pass through signs or trapdoors. And the reason it's signs and trapdoors is because you spawn on you spawn on trapdoors, but signs you spawn through, and because it's world spawn, I didn't want you to spawn up here. So yeah, that's why. Yeah, we can fly down here. You'll notice how there's some strange, funky terrain going on, and that's just when I updated my world. The terrain messed up. Alright. So this will show off my nether hub that I built. And yeah, this is my nether hub. It's a greenish, reddish color scheme here. I like to play around with the color palettes. Yeah, here are the different areas you can travel in my nether hub. So you have gas farm, frogheart farm, mushroom island, witch farm, and portal, various places. There's actually more than that. Like over here, gold farm. There's more than a gold farm over there. Nothing in this direction actually. We got map art over here, guardian farm. There's no way I'd be able to show everything that I've done, but hey, I did want to give an overview of my forever world. for you guys. So we're actually going to go inside the portal again. So again, this part of my world, since about a year, I haven't really built much, besides just like little details, decorations, small testing, small builds. But yeah, this is my storage room up here. You can see I like building giant holes because this is another hole that I like to fly out of. I don't have to climb a ladder or a staircase to get out of here. I can just use my elytra and escape that way. And we're gonna go back in the show my storage room. I haven't actually planned where I'm gonna go. I have some places in mind that I want to show off. As you can see, there's another map showing this area. We're gonna go to the front. So it actually connects to a cathedral I built. You can see giant cathedral. Got some little market stalls here. Donkey. Okay, I picked up these eggs at one point. So yeah, there's a giant clock, which I thought was cool. Yeah, we're gonna go back inside, and we're gonna go to the second floor just to show off. This is where I do some enchanting. I don't actually use it often because enchanting isn't super useful. I enchanted these spears. Yeah, there's a ladder up here, which will take us up another floor. We have this grand hallway, it's armor statues. And yeah, each of these, I actually do use this room often, but this is where I do all of my smithing here. See, there's a forge. Over on this end, there's a kitchen. You can see we've got a cake on the oven. Yeah, I'm gonna go down here. And so this, I don't really play with texture packs often, besides my own, really. That's why, see the pickaxe, axe, like various icon textures, I actually made those myself. But before I did that, I actually did map art. And so this, it looks like it's part of a texture pack, but it's actually just a map that I made. You can see. So that's one of the crazier projects I've done because I had to place all those blocks manually. So I think next, I'll show down here because I think it's cool. Oh, this is another one, just another album art I did. Yeah, this is where I trade with villagers. And I have every villager enchanted book that you can get. So this one trades mending, this one trades unbreaking, and you get the idea. They're all for 1 emerald, and that took such a long time to do. I had to cure them individually. It was back when you could cure them like 5 times and get the cheapest trade, but they changed that since. So now villager curing only stacks once, not 5 times. So I actually had to make sure the base price was low enough for some of them, but they are all for 1 emerald. So we're gonna go up here. And yeah, I'll just fly around and show an overview of the area. You can see this is my sky island, giant bridge connecting these two areas. Down here we have my giant experimental underwater dome, and I conduct experiments down there, you can see. Yeah, we're just gonna hop up here. Again, I've got lots of bridges in this area connecting the land. This was originally my build board, which I have named Gwyrton. I think it's one of my ugliest builds. But here we have, again, various build ideas. I don't use this anymore. I have a new one, which I'll show. And we have a zombie horse who currently lives there. So, oh, it started raining. I'll just go up here. And this is my potion brewing building. We have these cool banners that I designed. You can steal them if you want. So in here, we have brewing stands for every potion in the game. Or at least all of the ones that have ingredients like this. So like, there's no ingredient for a slowness potion. You need to add a fermented spider eye. Well, we have that over here. And we have glowstone, gunpowder, redstone for the effects. So yeah, this is where I do a lot of my brewing. Over here, we have a giant woo-woo statue, which at one point a creeper blew up, and so, yeah, he has a peg leg. Over here, this was actually my starter house, this tree stump. So, yeah, I lived in a giant tree stump for a while before I moved out, which I'll show later on. There's currently mushrooms living here now. Yeah. This is my sniffer farm. A giant sniffer statue. There's some pods in there. You can tell I love mushrooms. I've built a lot of mushrooms in my world. Yeah, I don't want to get too caught up in showing this area, but here we have the doghouse, which is where I have my dogs. Again, lots of smaller builds in this area, or at least what I'd consider small. My wool farm, and we have a barn over here, which is where my skeleton horses live. And just various other animals. We have my mushrooms. And over here, I'll fly to it. We have an IBX Toy Cat statue. So, yeah, he's one of my favorite YouTubers. And I built that. Over here we have all of the letter banners, which again, you can steal if you want. I think that's most builds in this area I want to show off. Again, I can't show off everything I've built. There's just no way. I want to show the things that are most inspiring. Over here we have a giant cake building, which some goats live in. Not a real reason for that. They just like it there. All right, I think that's enough of this area. Well, actually, so this balloon I built for the 3rd year anniversary of my world. I'm gonna go up there. That's why there's a giant 3 on it. Yeah, get a nice view of this area of my world. Okay, I need to sleep because I don't like this rain. Okay, that happened. Let me just get my bed back. Alright, so I like this view. You get to see all the various builds that I built in this area. Now, we're gonna move on to a different area of my world that I build in now. So, we're gonna go back in the nether portal. Alright, so this area is called Rinville, and this is where I build a lot nowadays. We have a sign, welcome to Rinville. Yeah, this is another part of my nether portal base here. It's meant to look like a subway station. We have these benches you can sit on to wait. We have gas at the gas station. Pardon my pun. Yeah, we're gonna go in the nether portal and I'll show off this area. So yeah, it's my nether portal here. I think what you'll notice is some of the builds here are a bit larger scale and just, I think, generally more impressive. Yeah, over here we have my netherite beacon, which, yeah, it took a while to get. You can see when I completed it. So not too long ago. I mean, at this point it's almost a year, which is crazy to think about. But yeah, this is my netherite beacon, and just to show, no, there's not iron inside. It's actually netherite, the whole thing. So we're gonna go inside this building here, and I said I would show my new build board, which is what this is. So we have some build ideas I have. I want to build a cinema, a ship at some point, just some ideas I have. So this is actually my community center, and okay, I picked up a lead at one point. So this is actually netherite armor, but again, I retextured some stuff. And yeah, we have every painting in the game I wanted to show off here. Ooh, over here, we have the Ender Dragon egg. So that's safely kept there. And up here, we have some storage. I also just randomly have every dye and every wool. So at some point I need to build a proper storage for all of this, but for now it's here. Okay, so this is the fun of the build. I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. I have a squid farm for the Dark Prismarine, but at the time I didn't, and so mining all of that dark prismarine from ocean monuments was a challenge. But yeah, I was inspired by the community center from Stardew Valley. I think you can kind of tell. Put a little clock face at the front. The next build I'm going to show off is my library. This is another build I'm proud of. I like how I did the door with the trapdoors. Yeah, and this is when they changed lodestones to be cheaper. That's why I used them for the floor. I don't know if I would do it now though, but at the time I just wanted to use them because it was new. And yeah, we have lots of books here for reading. You can sit down or stand. There's no chair actually. But yeah, that's my library. And over here, I think you'll see what I mean when I say some of the builds are more impressive in this area. But this is my zoo, and I'm not going to show that yet because there's some more builds in this area. This is my wizard tower, which it was one of the first builds I built here. And I think it kind of feels out of place relative to everything else. But again, it was like one of the first builds, so it kind of makes sense. This is my greenhouse. I have my shulker storage area, which I was actually really proud of, and I built this in like a day. So yeah, super proud of this. This is just where I store random items. My argument for having this is, again, I have a shulker monster which stores my shulker box monster. So that's my justification for building it. Is I can be messy and have shulkers lying around when they're inside a giant shulker. So when it's thematic, then I think it's forgivable. Well, more forgivable than just having them randomly in a plains biome. Alright, so we're moving on to this area, and this is what I built for the 4th anniversary of my world. If you're curious, my world's actually coming up on 5 years soon, so I'll have a new build probably around the time, which is coming up soon. So this is my giant factory, my iron factory. So it's actually an iron farm up here. If we wait, we'll see an iron golem spawn. Maybe, or not. I don't want to wait too long. It does work though. Alright, so a cat spawned. Not what I was looking for, but it does work, at least. So, yeah. I'm still working on the interior. This is one of the bigger builds in my world that I'm quite proud of. We have yeah, lots of boxes, crates, barrels. We have these custom-made trees I built. Again, feel free to steal. I don't mind. I mean, try to be unique, but like you can steal these trees. Okay, so over here we have my beach zone, which again, my world is very work in progress. I need to build a bridge here, but for now I'm just gonna do that. We have these very expensive palm trees. I'm not short of netherite, as you'll see from my beacon. So yeah, I just decorate with my leftover ancient debris. This is my Ferris wheel. Probably the only time I've ever used purple, but I think it looks alright. We have my ice cream shop here. Go inside. Yeah, nice little cozy interior. We got the various flavors. Purple, red, beige, pink color, orange. Yeah. We have my lighthouse here, which was one of the earlier builds I built on the beach. But yeah, I'm proud of it. I'm actually going to go inside and sleep. You'll notice how I have shelves here. So I like to update areas of my world when new features come out. So that's why I have the shelves. They weren't there when I first built it. Same with the dried grass. I added that after. I was super excited that I got to add the dried grass to my beach area. So we're gonna fly over here. And this is where I store my allays. You might have seen a couple more of these. It's the same design, but it's just so I can have access to allays nearby. And I'm gonna go over here. So this is one of my favorite builds in my world, but it's my haunted house. And so you cross this spooky bridge, you enter here, and you see this lovely haunted house design I made. Yeah, I'm super proud of this. It's the only time I've ever used warped wood. But I think it actually worked for this build. You can go inside. See, I have a full interior. Yeah, I'm not going to show everything. If you want me to explore any of these builds further, then I don't know, drop a comment below, I guess. We have a little tourist boat that I built here with some tourists. I think mangrove and acacia work so well together. I need to use them more. And over here, we have my train station. So I don't use scaffolding as windows really ever. This is the only time I've done it, but I thought it worked. And the trapdoors are just so mobs can't get through. Yeah, again, another nice interior I built. It's where you get your tickets for the train. Yeah, again, I'm really proud of this build. And this is the train that I built. Building trains in Minecraft is actually super tricky. You can see I have the smoke. Yeah. It's, again, you don't often see trains in Minecraft. So this actually took ages to plan, despite its small size. Over here, you're entering the rustic zone. I'm gonna walk along this path. We have these nice flower beds here. I think this is one of the prettiest areas of my world. And we have a nice pond. It's very scenic. Yeah, this is my horse stable. So, Happy Horsey Ranch is what I called it. We have, again, horses of all kinds. We don't discriminate. We have zombie horses, skeleton horses, all kinds. In here, we actually even have llamas. So, yeah, plenty of creatures in here. We have all the armor. Just eat a second. Okay, so I think that's everything in this area. Now I want to show my zoo. I know you can see the volcano I built in the horizon. Oh, how did you get free? Alright, we'll worry about that later. So, I'm gonna run along this path. We have another lay station over there I built. Yeah, so this is the zoo. I'll fly along to the bridge. I have built many, many bridges in my world over the years, and this one's one of my favorites. It's simple, but I just like the mud brick and the granite. I think they look so good together. Um, again, it's simple, like not the most complex bridge. I have my spooky bridge with fire on it. I have a mushroom bridge, like, but this one, I just love the look of it. Okay, so we have the zoo. This is the gate to get inside. And here, still a work in progress. My world really is just a giant work in progress. Nothing's ever finished. I'm continuously working on things. Yeah, this is the central area. We have a giant tree with some basic mobs here: cows, pigs, rabbits. And okay, I'm gonna stop teasing and go fly over to the volcano. So this is one of the largest builds in my world. You can see there's magma flowing down into the water here. And my goal for the zoo is to build a home for every peaceful mob. And in here, this is actually where I have my striders. So we have this giant lake of lava. You can see I've named them. Those ones are too far away, but you get the idea. Again, just a place. Striders don't really belong in the overworld, so I built them a home here. And over there, you'll see we have my desert area for all the desert themed mobs. So here, this is one of the larger areas I built, and we have armadillos. Probably gonna build a savanna at some point, but the armadillos are here for now. This is mainly for the camels, husk camels. My dream is to have all these areas connected in the future. So over here we have the mushroom island for all my mushrooms. Here we have the mushroom bridge. I call it a mushroom bridge, but really it's just connecting to the mushroom area. Yeah, we have these custom mushrooms. Glitchy mushrooms. That's what I get for playing Bedrock Edition. Alright, so we're gonna fly over here. This is my snowy area. One of the earlier enclosures that I built. So we have Again, all the cold variants. We have some polar bears. They don't actually attack other mobs, but I might make a proper enclosure for the polar bears at some point. Yeah. We have these custom trees. It doesn't actually snow here because it's not a real snow biome. So I've just built them with the pale leaves. And we have firefly bushes for these occasional snow particles. Yeah. I'm happy with this area. Hopefully it's somewhat inspiring. Okay, we're gonna fly over here. But this is my copper golem. You can see, holding a bunch of diamonds. It's a mixture of the tough golem too. We have my copper golem who lives here. This is his house. And over here, we have the swamp area. Again, super happy. I think you might be able to tell, but I like creating atmosphere. And yeah. You can also tell I love using firefly bushes because I have more of those here. Yeah. I think this area does look nice at night though. So, oh, is that a zombie? Let me just take care of this. Okay, I'm gonna fly over here. So that was, I think, most areas I wanted to show off in my world. There's obviously way more. I have farms in other areas. I could show. You know what? Why not? I have some farms in the Nether. I could show off. But for those, I will jump cut to them because you don't want to watch me traveling hundreds of blocks in the Nether to those areas. So I will see you when I get there. Okay, so this is my end portal room. And I wanted to look as if these were floating islands here, and so I built with Skulk to achieve that effect. Yeah, this room really only serves the purpose of looking cool and housing my end portal here. My end is a work in progress, so we're gonna skip that. Yeah, we have this cool chandelier. And that's pretty much all I wanted to show here. So another cut and we'll be back. And we're back. So this is my ghast farm that I built in the Nether. It's currently off, but again, you just wait in here, have a note to myself, otherwise it breaks. Yeah, you can see the ghast spawning. It's not on, so they're not dying. But basically they spawn and they travel upwards and they get stopped by the glass. So yeah, super handy. I get loads of gunpowder from this farm. And I made sure to mob proof it, make it safe for myself. See, there's gunpowder inside. It's actually filling up. And yeah, I would recommend building a ghast farm if you are a hardcore player and want a challenge, because I don't switch to peaceful in my world ever. So, I mean, you can see here, I play survival achievements on in hard. and I never changed that. I I probably should have explained earlier, but this is a legit survival world. I don't play with cheats or anything like keep inventory. None of that. I like the challenge. Speaking of challenge, building this tunnel in the Nether was quite the challenge. Going through a soul sand valley biome. That I wouldn't recommend again unless you like a big challenge. And normally I don't want to cross this. I just use a boat like this. And I think that is everything I want to show off. There are some other farms, but I think that there's opportunity to show that in the future if I want. But yeah, I'm happy with how this world tour went. Again, you can see I have a guardian farm over here in map art. Yeah, we're gonna end in my storage room. Probably the place I spend the most time in my world. So that's fitting that I'm ending the video here. Just gonna wait for it to load. There we go. And we're back. Alright, so let's climb this ladder. Yeah. Thank you for sticking around this long. I'm planning on making some more videos just on random Minecraft topics that I want to discuss. Probably not world tour videos unless, I don't know, you guys want me to show off my world more. But yeah, I have some video ideas I want to make that I think might be fun. So again, I'm new to this. Pardon the unprofessional video that this is, but yeah, hope you guys enjoyed and were inspired maybe by some of the stuff I built. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time, hopefully. Goodbye.